Hi everyone, my name is Robert Gilbertson, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my abstract, Acipimox treatment mitigates electronic cigarette-induced cardiac dysfunction and oxidative stress. Electronic cigarettes, also known as e-cigarettes, are an alternative to smoking conventional cigarettes. One cause for public health concern is that there is a disparity observed in smoking. We see higher smoking rates in disadvantaged communities. This is especially bad as e-cigarette usage is expected to exceed conventional cigarette usage within the next decade. One physiological change induced by e-cigarette usage is an increase in lipolysis, which in turn leads to increased serum free fatty acid levels. High free fatty acid levels are linked to ectopic lipid accumulation as well as oxidative stress. This is not good because oxidative stress has a role in changes of the cardiovascular system. For this reason, we test Acipimox, an antihyperlipidemic drug, and observe its function on mice exposed to e-cigarettes. We hypothesized that the inhibition of lipolysis with Acipimox will inhibit e-cigarette-induced cardiac dysfunction. As you can see here, if Acipimox can stop the increase in lipolysis induced by e-cigarettes, the events leading up to cardiac dysfunction may be avoided. 3 groups of wild-type mice were fed a high-fat diet and exposed to e-cigarettes in this experiment. We had 3 groups of mice. We had a saline group, we had a group exposed to 2.4% nicotine by volume e-cigarettes, and we had a group exposed to 2.4% nicotine plus Acipimox. The cardiac physiology in this experiment was studied via echocardiography. We observed the protein levels of the oxidative stress marker HO1 by Western blot. The table displayed shows the echocardiography from this experiment. As you can see, the e-cigarette only group had significantly lower fractional shortening, velocity of circumferential fibers, and ejection fractions. These are all types of measures of cardiac output. Most importantly observed here is the lowering of the ejection fractions. Ejection fraction is a great measure of cardiac output because it measures the amount of blood ejected from the left ventricle upon contraction. Our Acipimox treated group of mice normalized the cardiac output, which provides good evidence that Acipimox inhibited the cardiac dysfunction induced by electronic cigarettes. Again, to reintroduce heme oxygenase 1, it is a good marker of oxidative stress. The tables to the right show a Western blot and the quantification of our Western blot data. As you can see, heme oxygenase 1 levels were significantly increased in the e-cigarette only group. Comparatively, the Acipimox treated group showed a normalized level of HO1. This indicates that Acipimox inhibited the oxidative stress induced by electronic cigarettes. Now it's time to draw some conclusions. As we observed in our experiment, e-cigarettes led to decreased fractional shortenings and ejection fractions in the mice exposed to only e-cigarettes. Acipimox normalized the fractional shortening and ejection fraction values in mice exposed to e-cigarettes. Therefore, Acipimox prevented cardiac dysfunction induced by e-cigarettes in mice. In the heart tissue, e-cigarettes increased the levels of HO1, a marker of oxidative stress. Acipimox normalized the levels of HO1 that were induced by e-cigarettes in the heart, and therefore Acipimox normalized oxidative stress in mice exposed to e-cigarettes. That will conclude my presentation for you all today, and I thank you very much for listening. I'd also like to thank my supervisors for this project. If you have any questions, please contact me at the email at the bottom of the page. Thank you.